Today, pretty tough subject, and they always are, but could you share your experience with grief and how you dealt with and how you deal with it and are overcoming it?
I'm actually still grieving,
Okay.
even all these years later, because it's stuff that you were able to do before you were diagnosed with MS, and now you're not able to do it. It's like walking down the street or walking through the house. You can trip because it's something called drop foot, and it drags. And I don't have it.
MS?
This is with MS. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All
And
right.
some people, it's like a device that they put around their leg, and
Yes.
it likes give it a little jolt
Yes.
to help you walk.
So there
Yeah.
is something.
There is
that
something,
that
yeah.
you can put on
I think I can't remember the tech. I just know it because what they call it is your gait is off.
Right.
GAIT.
Yes. GAIT, yes.
And
yes.
so when they put that band on, it helps them.
assists
It
with
sends like a signal, letting the feet, okay, we got to walk.
I also read that it's important to recognize and address mood changes because they can affect like your cognitive function and relationships big time.
Yes.
What do you do?
I had to write it down because literally with dealing with grief, whatever it is, you'll go into these moments of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Oh my gosh.
I'm speaking from my experience,
Right,
you
yes,
know,
yes.
and so, it's like, what could I have done differently? Could I have eaten better? Would that have made a difference?
Gotcha.
Should I have exercised more? Would that have made a difference?
Yeah.
And is nothing wrong with going to a professional, or if you have a good friend that you can trust and talk to.
Yes.
Those are the two people.
Okay.
And it's not always your family.
No, it can be.
It can be, but it's not always. Someone. Yeah, that's the key right there.
Got you.
You have to recognize that it is grief that you're going through.
Yes.
Because with my grief, it is just like a weight in your spirit. That's mine. It's like,
It's a great description. Yeah.
because you like I say back again, you thought this was gonna last forever. You can run races
Yes.
and jump over things, and
all of a sudden,
it stops.
cuts.
Literally. Or you still trying to do that and you're tripping and falling. It might be a good idea for some people to keep a journal.
Absolutely.
And today was not a good day. It was sad. I was crying, and
Yes.
I was hurting, and I was crying.
Yes.
And write it down. I mean,
Exactly.
that is your personal journal to get you through whatever you might
It can
be
help
going.
you personally. You can show it to the doctor if they
Right.
ask. What's been happening? Well, this.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes that act of writing it down can trigger something in the mind that allows or that helps you get through it. So that you've seen that with your okay.
Because I think by you writing it down, because our memory sucks as it is, and so if you write it down, you can always go back and read it.
Yes.
And then if you say like you've written something down that you were grieving about, and then you go back a month later, that might have gotten better.
Yes.
And so you pull from that you're succeeding. You're still living. You just got to do something different.
Yes.
Try to do something, because there is no magic pill
No. No.
that'll help whatever type of grief you're going through.
Yes. The MS Society, I've
yeah.
been very impressed with
They
their
are.
website and what they have. Just seems to me to speak to me. If I were going through this, I would visit them every day. And one thing, you told me about the website, so I went. And the MS Society suggests that a person who is living with grief of MS, what they should do. And I'm going to read the list before I ask the question. First is stop asking why. Instead, ask, what can I do now? And that's kind of what you were talking about earlier. What can I do now? rest when you need to, and spoil yourself. I love that. That's excellent. Ask for help from family, friends, or professionals, and accept their support. Look after yourself. Eat regularly and exercise, and taking care not to overdo it. And we've talked about that. You don't want to overdo it because that can cause some problems. But yeah, be aware, become aware of yourself. Keep to your normal routine when you can, and take time to socialize. Huge. Be with people. Avoid making major decisions. We know about that. Do not compare your grief. I love this one. To other people's grief. You are unique. There's no need to compare. Be aware of what you're going through and move through it. Remind yourself grief can take time. Go through it at your own pace. There's no deadline. Just move through it at your own pace. Tell yourself you will survive. This feeling will pass. These are such wonderful ideas from MS Society, and there's a few more. Let's see. Find one thing to be grateful for every day and keep a list.
Yes.
That's part of your technique.
Definitely.
And finally, take time to help others. Now, Maury, when I was reading through this, it reminded me so much of you. The one, like, keep a list and, think positively. What can I do now? Take time to help others. Your whole MS Warriors of Southwest Louisiana, the director, that and socialize. You are doing so much for people who are going through, grief. That, thank you for that. And so, with all of these, and I know, there's a lot there, but what would you like to say about any of these things, or all of them, or any one or two that you feel are the most important, or that you have something to say that you can, as part of your MS experience?
Get specific on what you're like. With me, with my grieving right now, is my hair. Because my hair, all the medications I take, then I was diagnosed with alopecia. And so it's like all the front of my hair is like gone. And then I just have like a mohawk in the back. But I said I'm not going to walk around like that, so I'll go and find a wig, and that's what I wear. These are wigs. And the scarf. Whatever makes me feel good, that's what I have to do. Because I know I was like, oh my gosh, I have to wear a wig now. What are people gonna think? But then I had to put that out of my mind. You cannot live for people. You have to live for yourself.
What's going to be best for you?
Exactly.
Not about what other people are going to think, but what's going to be best for you to get through what you're going through.
Exactly. My husband, he's great, crazy, but
yes, he is.
And I told him, I said I didn't want him to see me. I would keep my head covered up.
Right.
And he said, I don't care if you're bald, if you have hair, I'm not going anywhere. And so I'm blessed on that.
Very much.
And so I try to talk, but I can talk to him about it, and let him know how it's affecting me.
Yes, and that's huge. Being able to communicate, especially with somebody that close.
Exactly.
Yes.
We have msfocus.org, and so the navigators with the society, they're always there if you need questions answered, some kind of direction, because I call them all the time. Yeah.
You call them?
I call them. There's a phone number, and you can go on the website. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. So
it's somebody you can talk to as opposed to emailing them.
Right. Or you do all of that. Email.
msfocus.
msfocus.org is one, and then the National MS Society.org is another. But it's the grief thing is I feel with me it's a continual thing, but I keep praying on it. Okay, help me get past this.
Yes.
Because you have, like we said before, you can have those down moments for a little while, but then you have to figure out how to climb out of it.
So for grief, the biggest thing is finding somebody and praying also, but having someone who will listen, and sometimes it's just that. They don't need to suggest anything. It's just being there in the moment and listening and just taking in it. And it allows you to work, I'm guessing, to work through it in your mind.
Yep.
And so using your strength.
Mind, body, and spirit. You have to keep them working together in order to keep moving on.
Maury, thank you. Is there anything else that we haven't talked about that you'd want to share?
Do your homework, you know.
And there are places you can go and
Yeah.
people you can talk to.
Right.
Thank you, Maury, very much.